Alright, this is going to be a pretty quick video on the CRKT Drip Tighe. It's a knife designed by Tighe. It uses the outburst assist mechanism, which is it just has, there's a spring. You can see the black right there, that's the spring that opens the knife. Thumb stud only. Steel is a 8CR13 MOV, and this is the factory edge. It's a recurve, so I can't sharpen it really. It's pretty sharp. It's a beautiful knife. The handle is carbon fiber in G10 over steel frame. The deepest carry clip I've seen in a while. It's about as deep as the Kershaw UT. Size comparison, we have, this is a, well, here's the, before I go to size comparisons, here's the dimensions. The open length is 7.25 inches, the blade length is 3.125, the 3-inch cutting edge. The close length is 4.12, and the weight's 4.2 ounces. There's that, and then this is the Fulcrum 2, the large version. This is a bit of a bigger knife. It's 4.7 ounces, slightly longer blade, a lot heavier. More steel in that one. This is my go-to standard size comparison knife. Kershaw Leak, 3, 4, and 7. There's the Leak. Another comparison, my carry today. Kershaw Atmos. I have a review on this one as well. There's the Atmos. It makes the Atmos look tiny, and it weighs tiny compared to the Drip. I carried this for 2 days. I don't like it in terms of carry. I like it as an art knife, or a knife you take to like Blade Show. This is a knife I'd carry at Blade Show because it's pretty. It's practical enough for me to be able to use it, but it's heavy, it's bulky, it's not very small. It weighs almost 4.5 ounces. It's heavy, and it feels heavy in the pocket. When this thing is hanging from your pocket, it hangs like all the way in there. Hangs all the way in there. So it feels really heavy in the pocket. And in terms of deep carry clips, that's a pretty deep one too on the Atmos. I love this knife. I've carried it every day since I got it a couple weeks ago. This little guy, there's 2 things I wish this was. One, I wish this was a flipper and not a thumb stud knife. This would be a very good flipper. Put a flipper tab right here, fire every time. Because it's a thumb stud, and because those thumb studs are huge and they're not really in the cutting path, but they're almost in it. The knife doesn't really feel that good. It feels pretty nice in the hand, but it's bulky. It's not a very good carry, for me anyway. You guys who like bigger knives, you might like this, but this is a knife that sits in a case and looks pretty, and it does that very well. I love the carbon fiber, and this looks a lot like Kershaw's carbon fiber. It's the same pattern. Yeah, I'm gonna compare a lot of knives to this knife because this is my go-to standard now. I have this pretty smoothed out. I've never taken this knife apart, simply because this isn't my knife. This is actually my dad's, and I carry the only knives I haven't carried are his Benchmates, and I'm gonna eventually carry the Barrage. But if you like, I don't want this video to be too long. Talk a little bit more on the outburst mechanism. I am so happy this doesn't have the fire safe thumb stud. That is the only thing from CRKT that they do that I hate. I have a badger, a CRKT badger downstairs that I might do a review on. I should have probably grabbed it to show you what this is. But basically, you have to push the thumb stud down and then push out. The badger is the only knife I've actually cut myself opening it before. Because you have to push the thumb stud down and then pull out. So put your finger, when you are open it, put your finger out into the cutting path. So put your finger into the cutting path, so you might cut yourself. And I did actually cut myself with that knife. I'm glad they didn't put this one here, because it seems almost all of the knives with the outburst mechanism have that. I wish I could show you the outburst a little better, but it's basically just that black spring right there pushes on this part of the blade right there and pops it open. So this is actually part of the assisted mechanism. And yeah, this is assisted. It's actually a very heavy assist. It's a very heavy assist. But my thoughts, if you are a fan of big heavy knives, or if you just like, if you think you would like carrying this, you know the dimensions, you know the weight, if you think you would like carrying this, go for it. If you want a knife that looks pretty, that you're not going to carry a lot, go for it. You know, if you're a guy like me, you're not very large. You like smaller, lightweight knives. Maybe not, you know. Maybe not. Maybe go for something like a Leak, or if you want a CRKT, go for something like a Pizzota, or let's see, what other CRKTs could you get? Something like a Pizzota or a Ripple, something like that. I'm going to do a video on the Ripple soon. Well, this video is already too long. I'm going to end it here. That's a quick review of the CRKT Drip Tighe. Have a good one.